Hey everyone, I'm Mike McDonald. So, when our team was brainstorming ideas for our app, we realized that we wanted to create something that would help Code the Dream students learn. You're juggling so much, you have so many languages, so many frameworks, libraries, syntax, you name it. And sometimes, after a full week of doing this, you might look back and go, I did so much, but what did I even do? Maybe you can't remember. You have so much more to learn. There's so much further to go. Imposter syndrome sets in, panic starts to set in, but relax. You're doing great. You just need to write everything down so you can see what you've accomplished. And this is where our app BrainLog comes in. So, BrainLog is a web and mobile application that helps students keep a structured record of their study sessions. So, this includes the subjects they're learning, any reflections that they're having. We also measure analytics such as duration, mood, focus level, and this helps students gain insights into their learning patterns as well. So, as a study tool, they can go back and they can look at their study sessions and revisit key concepts and solidify those skills that they learned. And I think more than anything, learning to code, as we know, is a marathon, right? It's not a sprint. So we want students who use BrainLog to feel proud of themselves and feel empowered by recognizing their efforts and celebrating their progress. So we had five full stack developers on our team. We had Ben Ong, Irina Kamiva, Danilo Hetmanenko, Brittany Price, and myself, and we all worked on the front end as well as the back end. For the web app, we use React on the front end, we use Node Express on the back end, and we use MongoDB for our database. For styling, we use Tailwind, Flowbot React, and Lucid, as well as Yup for validation. And we became very familiar with Jira and Figma, working on a team and planning so much. There's also a mobile app tech stack, and we'll cover that shortly. But let's pass it over to our first team member, Ben Ong, and he'll kick off our app demo.
Hi everyone, my name is Ben. I will be showing the login and registration part of our app. Let's start off by registering a new user. When this is submitted, the backend will use bcrypt to hash the password before storing it in MongoDB. So now, even if someone hacks into our user's collection, they will only see the hash passwords. Once the registration is successful, we can log in. After a user successfully logs in, the server will issue a JSON Web Token. This contains info about the user, the ID, the email, and the user role. So anytime the client sends a new request with that JWT, the server will validate it and treat the user as authenticated if the token is valid and not expired. I want to highlight that we're using HTTP-only cookies. Instead of returning the token to JavaScript and storing it in local storage, we send it back as an HTTP-only cookie. This way, the JavaScript in the browser cannot read or modify it, which helps protect against XSS attacks. In addition to the authentication, I also want to mention that our JWT also carries the authorization data. We have two roles, the student and the admin. Student roles are only allowed to modify their own data, while the admin role has full access. So that's the authentication and authorization. I will pass it over to Brittany to go over the password reset and recovery, as well as an intro to the dashboard.
Thank you, Ben. Hi, my name is Brittany, and I will be showing you the password recovery process and our dashboard. Here is our login page. I'm going to put in my user account, and I'm going to put in the wrong password to show you what happens. As you can see, you have a few attempts remaining, and then the account is locked. So it will redirect you to the forgot password page, where you can put in your email and hit submit. And then you'll get a message saying that a reset password email has been sent. And here is the login, the new password page. So you put in a new password and just make sure both fields match. And once your password is reset, you're redirected to the login page. This is the BrainLog dashboard. It has a header, a stats section, which shows time spent, average focus, and overall mood. And then after that is our entries. So if the users have entries that will appear here, you only see 5 at a time. We use pagination to split up the entries into 5 entries per page just to make it easier for the user and they don't have to scroll infinitely. Now I'm going to hand off to my teammate Irina, who will discuss entries in more detail and stats.
I'm Irina, and I'd like to share my contribution to our application. The BrainLog uses a reusable form model that supports both new entry and edit entry components. When a user selects an action, the form fields are populated accordingly, blank for new entries and pre-filled with existing data when editing. The form includes validation logic for required fields, and if any mandatory inputs left empty, the system displays clear error messages to guide the users. The dashboard provides users with insights into their tracked data by displaying statistics such as duration, mood, and focus level. This structure ensures consistent form behavior, reliable validation, and unified user experience across the application. Now, I'd like to let Daniel speak about mobile version.
Thank you, Irina. Hi, everyone. My name is Daniel, and today is pretty good weather in Charlotte. And I'm in jeans. This is a pocket, and you will ask what it is for. And yeah, it's for the phone, of course. And the coolest part is that you can open the BrainLog here. Now I switch to the screen sharing, and let's take a closer look of the app. When the user opens the app, they can see the login page. But if they don't have an account, we can just register. But we will skip this part because we already have an account. And let's just simply log in. We don't want to save it right now. So this is all pretty much the same what we have on the web version, just a little bit adapted for the mobile one. And the user can see the three tabs in the bottom. So home, stats, and the profile. Home is the main one, so where user can see their study entries list. And let's just hit the item, and you can see a simple modal window where user can read the entry information and like update it or delete. So let's change something like the duration for 2 hours. Let's change our mood. It's great. And simply update the entry. We can see the changes in the list. So, and let's create a new entry. Let's say recording video. And let's say duration 4 hours. Mood amazing. And let's just say it was a joy. So create an entry, and boom, you can see your created one entry in the top list. And now I simply want to delete it. It's easy. So also there are stats tab. It's a average stats for the user, hours, average focus, and overall mood. And also the profile page where the user can see their name, email, position. Probably later on it could be added something more here. And of course the button to log out from the app. That's basically it. No magic, just an MVP for now. And I also want to speak just a little bit about the challenges what we have here. Moving from the regular React into mobile development with Expo was a bit different, of course. And we had to think more about like mobile layouts and device behavior. And of course the TypeScript also required like structured typing, especially with navigation and props. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you for your attention. I hope you like it. And thank you all. Enjoy it.
Hi, this is Brittany again, and I wanted to talk about some challenges and lessons from this project. So something that I learned about is like relying on teammates and just having communication. Because one of the things I struggled with was imposter syndrome. And really, when I talked to my team, they also went through the same struggles, and talking to each other was reassuring to everyone. I learned a lot more about Git, just creating ideas and sharing them with one another. I enjoyed it as well. Especially the Slack communication and getting people's feedback. So that's something I'm gonna miss the different moments from the practicum, but I learned a lot and I can take these lessons from here. Thank you.
As a team, we want to say thank you to our mentors, Dan, Tommy, and Amand, for their guidance and continued support throughout this entire process. Thank you to our Practicum director, Frank, for leading the way and keeping us all on track. And thank you to Code the Dream for the opportunity to participate and to grow. And thank you for watching.